Hey, what's going on YouTube? So, as we all know, Riot's latest bot champion ZERI has been released on Summoner's Rift. Although her initial win rates have not been super high, it's fallen in line with what Riot expects when a new champion is released. Considering everyone is still learning her, I'd expect her win rate to slowly start rising from 40 to the high 40s by the end of the patch. Currently, it seems as though her most optimal build path consists of Trinity Force, Runaan's Hurricane, and Titanic Hydra. Since ZERI has a relatively short range compared to traditional ADCs and wants to stick close to her target, these items provide her with both tankiness and additional movement speed to most optimally land her Q auto attack. This build also synergizes well with her ultimate when she supercharges herself and wants to get closer to the middle of the teamfight. ZERI is all about movement speed, weaving her Q auto attack at the perfect distance in teamfights. In order to utilize her passive most effectively, she'll need one thing from her supports: shields, as ZERI gains 10% bonus movement speed every time she is shielded. Now in this video, I won't be telling you how to play ZERI as there are enough guides out there for you to grasp her basics, but instead, I'll be going over the top 5 supports that synergize best with her. Starting at number 5, we have Janna. With the most recent buffs to Janna, she's an overall strong support to pick with any ADC. Have you seen the speed of the new tornado? With ZERI specifically, Janna's constant shields provide her with the movement speed she needs to be most effective. Now remember, with the most recent patch, Janna's passive only amplifies ZERI's movement speed if ZERI is moving towards her. This means ZERI won't always be able to utilize Janna's passive as she hunts down targets to kill. Coming in at number 4, we have Rakan. Move over Zaya, we have a new girl in town. Rakan was initially theorized as one of the best supports for ZERI as his kit has not 1, but 2 shields, meaning ZERI will be able to weave in and out of teamfights extremely effectively. Additionally, Rakan can easily keep up with ZERI, going balls deep, and has incredible appeal for ZERI to continually dish out damage in teamfights. At number 3 is Soraka. Now, if you haven't guessed by now, ZERI loves movement speed, even more so than your typical ADC. Soraka constantly provides shields and heals for ZERI, making it extremely difficult for the enemy to target her. Soraka's Astral Infusion also provides ZERI with even more movement speed if Soraka can land Star Call in teamfights. In addition to these shields, Soraka is able to create slow zones on the terrain in order to direct enemy champions into the line of sight for ZERI. Closing in at number 2, we have everyone's most hated cat, Yuumi. Despite the hatred we have for Yuumi, her overall win rate would suggest she's actually not that strong of a support, but when doing with ZERI, Yuumi's skill set is heavily amplified. Yuumi's passive provides a small shield for her bot laner every time she auto-attacks an enemy champion and attaches herself to her partner. Yuumi is a champion that goes well with bruiser-type champions and often finds herself riding a carry jungler or top laner instead. However, ZERI can be built more bruisery than typical ADCs with the Triforce Titanic Hydra build, making this cat a perfect support for her. For my honorable mention, I will have to go with the most fabulous support in League of Legends, Taric. Now, the play rate for Taric as support isn't super high, but the data shows only a small drop-off in win rate when duoing with ZERI. Similar to Soraka, Taric can continually shield and heal ZERI in teamfights. In addition, his stun that can be produced when linking with ZERI provides his partner with essentially an aimbot. There is no way for the enemy target to dodge all of ZERI's bullets if they are locked up literally right in front of her. I would play Taric only if the enemy comp is mostly melee champs. It can be quite difficult to face a super long range comp since your stun range is only so long, but it's definitely a nice pocket pick duo. Now, before I reveal my number 1 support for ZERI, please consider liking this video and hitting that subscribe button if you're enjoying this content. It really does help. Also, I do stream League on Twitch, so please feel free to come by and hang out with our community. Check the description box below to know when I go live. And finally, the number 1 support for ZERI is Sona. Sona provides ZERI with shielding pretty much 24/7 and they can move super fast together. Sona's E ability provides ZERI with a bonus movement speed for 3 seconds. Sona's W ability shields ZERI for 1.5 seconds. Even Sona's Q ability can be used to shield ZERI with the Airy Keystone. Constantly providing ZERI with shields by cycling through Sona's basic abilities make these two an unstoppable force together. Out of all the support champions I played with ZERI, Sona was most definitely both the easiest to play and strongest pairing. Laning phase might be a little tricky if you get all in, but if you can survive the first 10 minutes, the game is undoubtedly in your favor. They are truly a match made in heaven. There you have it. Those are my top 5 supports to play when you have ZERI as your bot lane partner. Please do share which of these supports you found most success with. And lastly, yes, there were definitely a couple of supports that I've left out on this list, so if you have any thoughts regarding other supports that synergize well with ZERI, please let me know in the comments below.
Untiltable. Untiltable. Streamers. Untiltable. Untiltable.
That's gonna be, fascinating transition. Damn it!